There was a string of profanities last week that would have made a sailor pass out. Pass out.
Pass out. Pass out.
So, like, is that the inner song of like every date rapist? Like, that's all they hear in their head. It's like, you know, you go in Homer's head and it's that bear on a tricycle and it's playing like dun 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 dun, like.
Right.
Sorry.
Pass out. Pass out.
Oh, I'm an evil man.
You are the worst person I've ever known. I love you for it, but you're the worst.
Welcome to Word Rango, the game show where dictionary definitions produce knowledge and comedy. 4 words enter, 1 word leaves and is crowned champion. Our steely nerve competitors, a writer, another writer, a voice actor, and that other guy. And now it's gloves off. And set your dictionaries to fun. It's time for Word Rango. Here's your host, Mike Suzak.
Welcome to Word Rango. My name is Mike Suzak. Every week we give you guys a bunch of words and definitions, and it's a lot of fun. It's the premise of the show is always one where people are like, how do you even have a podcast on that? And here we are, episode like 39. We're still going, and it's only getting better, I assure you. I'm joined this week by Bob Ball. Dave Hinkle.
Yeah.
And not Ryan Lewis. Ryan is, he said his day is pretty stacked. That's what he told me via text. I'd like to note that we are coming off of a very busy week for me. I was out of town. I was in LA all week. I just got in late last night. Oh, look at
you name dropping cities. Like, I'm such a globetrotter.
Look, I am telling people that it's LA so that way they all recognize it's the worst place on earth. And like LA sucks, okay? So I'm just telling you, I'm exhausted and I'm here. I made it. I got up and I'm like, I am going to record this podcast. I'm going to do this.
Listen, I don't know what the problem is. I have plenty of time to be on Grindr all night long. He can put it down for a couple of hours and come do this podcast.
Yeah, that day.
See, that's what I don't understand. Like, you spent a whole week like outside of your natural environment, your natural habitat. This guy like sees his family and crap like every day, and like, come on, man, it's pretty easy to get used to that on a daily basis. You're like, yeah, I see them all the time. It's like they can be alone for an hour and I can podcast.
Delay going to the farmer's market by an hour.
Yeah,
you could go get your fucking squash later. Like,
yeah, dude, the farmer's market's open. I gotta go.
I know for a fact Dora the Explorer is on Netflix. So like, just put it on the TV and go squirrel away in some closet and do a podcast with your home bros.
Spoken like a true pedophile.
All I'm saying is that. God damn you, Bob. But all I'm saying is that...
You took it to a really bad place.
All I'm saying is that...
Oh, me. Look, point the finger at me.
The excuses are just wearing out. Like Ryan has got to... We're getting to a point now where we're going to have a special Word Rango episode where Ryan is going to have to choose between us and his family. And when he immediately picks his family, we're gonna be like, wait a minute, like, no, this is supposed to last at least 45 minutes. Like, this is supposed to take like a lot of like, we have to convince you here. Like, no, Word Rango's amazing by virtue of the fact that we do it every week. No, Ryan, what are you doing? So we are gonna be skating a man down. Stupid LA Kings. We are going to have 3 words for you guys this week. And to get it started, last week, Dave, you won with a word that I think you're still pretty proud of, eclaircise.
Yep. Yes.
And that means that I'd love for you to start things out this week. Dave, please tell me, what is your word this week?
Great. Thank you. And I just want to say, this is an honor to be chosen to go first. I want to just thank God. Through him, all things are possible. My parents, my 3rd grade teacher. No. So my word this week is malinger.
Did you have to? Did you have to let it malinger?
Ma told me to linger. Yeah, I gotta listen to Ma.
Bob, how do you think this is spelled?
I think it's pretty straightforward. It's Malinger. Malinger.
Dave, is that correct?
No, that's it. That's
okay.
it.
Well,
That's absolutely
thanks.
it.
Thanks for telling us.
Dave just kind of spaced out there. It's it's the new pills he's on.
I was daydreaming about what this ma looks like in my mind, this fictitious ma.
I think he was like, how did he spell that so quickly? How did he do it? He was so baffled. How does he do it?
Has multiple syllables. How did he break that down so quickly?
You break it down. Oh God. Okay, so Malinger. I'll go first. I'm gonna go the obvious route. Okay, I believe that it is okay. So let's say you hit puberty. Hormones are raging. As we all know, all fellas know what it's like to go through that. It's so that way the ladies get a hint of what it's like as a man to go through puberty. It is horrible. It's horrible and awkward, and all you do all day is think about when you can get some alone time to masturbate. You start planning out the hours. Like, okay, I may be at grandma's house right now, but that bathroom's going to be free in 30 minutes. You're ready to pound it. You're ready to get it over with because you have to release these hormones, otherwise you're going to explode.
Well, you have to get the sinful thoughts out, and
Exactly,
literally, you have to get it out of your body. You have to get the sin out.
As we all learned from our overly religious private schools, yes, that's sin exiting your body, and you have to just beat it out. You have to just beat the sin out.
Every time's a struggle. Every time.
Oh God, it's this eternal struggle that Satan implanted into our bodies.
Good versus evil, just man versus boner.
So is that like an exorcism then?
It is.
Whoa. Wait. Can I enter this into like those fitness apps as exercise?
Yes. I believe there are actually entries for masturbation that people put in there. And it's like 10 calories. That's bullshit. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it's a full body activity for me. So, so your hormones are raging, right? And what's one of the scariest, most terrifying things when you're that age? It's your mother walking in on you while you're beaten off, and that's horrifying, right? Well, Malinger takes it to another level because that's when your mother lingers in the doorway and expects you to pull your pants up right now. Dinner is on the table. Like you've got to stop now. And it's like, Mom.
I want to know, like, what polite household does Mom like actually come out of the kitchen, walk all the way upstairs, go to your room, and like physically come get you for dinner? Like in my house, my mom just screamed. I'm
sure it's 15 minutes after she already said it the first time, right? I mean, that's the thing. So I mean, really, who's at fault here? I think one person that's at fault is the hormonal child that is going through this awful struggle with their body, thanks to evil forces that are controlling their hormones.
Yeah, listen, I think you're missing the real villain here. It's that wiener demon.
Yeah, it is wiener. Yeah, it's that wiener demon Ted. Like Ted, the wiener demon is a real prick, and like that's a part
Seriously.
of it. That's a part of it. But yeah, I mean, the teenager that's going through this really is struggling here and is trying to just get their shit straight and can't. And it's poor planning. You know, they have to know, look, dinner is on the table. I'm not going to get this done in time.
Masturbation is a reaction to the environment around you. I mean, it's never like, it's never a premeditated thing. It's just like, I'm not physically needed somewhere for a half hour, so I have time to jerk it. So like,
I was perfectly fine until I noticed the Sears catalog on the coffee table. Fuck.
Taking the eraser to the bras, drawing in nipples, just getting it done.
Oh, God damn it. This is all just pulled from our childhood. But I mean...
Well, actually, I wanted to go back a second because you brought up the whole, like, mom catching you masturbate thing.
Yes.
Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever...
I refuse to talk about that.
Oh, a little too personal, huh? A little too personal.
I refuse to talk about that.
Okay. Bob?
Nope.
Hey, listen, I don't touch myself below the waist. I have someone else do that for me.
Oh, God.
I mean, I hire someone out to hold my junk when I pee.
Oh, that must
I
be
hope it's
like a
70
tailor. Like, are you constantly getting fitted for a suit, and that's just how you get going, Bob? You might want to measure that inseam again.
Just a constant inseam check. No, I like it higher. Higher.
Mr. Ball,
Higher.
we've measured this, about 42 times for you. Are you sure?
Oh, yeah, 43 is totally going to get it.
No, I don't want to. I refuse to talk about that because I know that my brother listens. So I'm not getting too personal there. Yeah.
No worries.
But no, Dave, what about you?
No, not my mom. I've only ever been caught once in my life, and it's funny because the person who caught me didn't even know for years that they actually caught me, because I was so good at because I was in the living room. I guess I might as well just go into it.
Because you were standing at the end of her bed.
Yeah, yes, of course. Thanks, Bob. Thanks.
This isn't creepy at all, neighbor Debbie.
Good Lord, this is the creepiest. This is the creepiest we've ever been. Just so you're aware.
No, right after high school, I moved out and I lived with my best friend and his dad, and so I was living with them, and across the street there was this video store, and I'm fresh out of high school, 18 years old, totally independent. They had
ready to whack off.
Yeah, just ready to whack off, and I had disposable income, so I used to buy these all these porno tapes over there, and so they were gone one day, and I used to work the night shift, so I was there during the day, and so it was this one day, all of a sudden I'm gonna put some porn on.
Oh my God,
get going,
that time frame is prime real estate for whacking off.
Oh, dude,
that is
afternoon delight.
amazing.
Afternoon Delight. They wrote a whole song about it. It's the best.
What? No. In that song, there was someone else involved.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
was that someone else in the house, so that way you got that extra thrill of getting away with it?
So I was in the living room and I was just sitting on the couch, which in retrospect was kind of a dick move. I mean, we all use that couch. I probably shouldn't be jerking off on this communal couch.
Really, you called it a dick move? Really?
Hey, we're throwing puns out here. He said prick. I can say dick.
Yeah.
So no, but the front door was right next to the living room. So as the keys went in and the door was starting to get unlocked and come open,
horrifying.
I just jump up on my feet, have pants around my ankles, hand over my junk, and I do this side jump saddle through the other side of the room and just go right into the bathroom.
Galloping out of the room with your dick in your hand.
Yeah, pretty much. But the best part is I left the porno going, and his dad came in and he's just oh, you're just watching porno. I was yeah, I'm taking a shit. And that was it. He was all right, and he didn't know for years, and yeah.
There's a part of me that thinks that he figured it out, but he just thought, I'm letting this slide. I don't want to deal with it,
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing is also it's important for all of us to talk about this because
it's hilarious.
Sooner or later, most of us are going to be parents, we will produce a child and we're going to have to cope with this ourselves, So we have to be open and honest about what goes on behind closed doors and when it's okay to knock or just never enter ever again. I'm never, when my son is once he hits 12, I'm never walking into his room ever.
Yeah.
I'm just never. That is now, that section of the house is no longer mine. He's annexing that.
Every time you go upstairs, you stomp so loudly on his stairs just to let him know, hey, a person is coming up here
now.
Yeah. Also,
just
don't
me coming up the stairs.
Don't ever live near video stores that have cheap porno tapes. Don't do that.
Right. Don't do that. Well, I mean, but now we have the internet. That's whole other.
That's true.
When you think about it, I mean, kids almost have it easier for their porn access,
But I also feel people's eyesight is getting really, really well developed because they're watching porn on iPhones and crap. So it's you're watching these tiny little images and you're just getting that eagle vision. It's going to
really watching porn on your iPhone.
Hey, people
what kind of monster are you? Get out your iPad at least.
Anyway, what were you guys guessing what this definition?
Yeah, no. Let me close this up. Let me close this section of the show up with a nice little bow. Yes, malinger is when you have a parent, mostly a mother. This is mostly a mother thing, I think, because they're the ones checking on you, getting you for stuff. Your dad is way too he just doesn't fucking care. But they just linger in the doorway after catching you, and that is even more horrifying to a different degree. Honestly, I wish we had an app for kids to use that just like GPS showed where they are and stuff. So that way you'd be like, it's like time to whack off the app or something, like it guarantees you have a time slot that's available or something. I don't know. But that's my guess for malinger. Bob, what do you think malinger means?
I don't think I know what it means. I know what it means. Malinger. Did you know that this one time, even someone like me was involved in a malinger? So let me set the scene. It's the summer of 77. I was getting ready for a big date, but I was kind of hungry too. I had gotten out of the shower and I needed to dry my Farrah Fawcett hairdo. Ooh. But I wanted something sweet to eat. You got that sweet tooth going. So I was in the kitchen blow drying my hair while making some bananas Foster on the stove.
What the hell is bananas Foster?
What the fuck is that?
Is that like a Tom Collins?
It's butter, brown sugar, kind of cooked together, and then you put bananas in.
Oh, like a pudding? A butter?
No, it's kind of like this gooey mass that is pretty much all sugar and
you definitely
bananas.
You definitely would eat that. Like that sounds exactly like some kind of fucking slop you'd put in your body.
Oh, I would roll around in that for days. But I needed some additional hair hold as I was drying my hair, so I grabbed the hairspray, and just at the wrong time, I dropped the can of hairspray into the pan of butter and brown sugar, and I set the whole thing on fire. I barely had any time to grab my Donna Summer album collection and my completed collection of porcelain woodland creatures that I bought at Montgomery Ward's. Anyway, I got out with my life, but the entire block burned to the ground. That is a malinger.
Wow,
all right, that's a sad tale.
That's a very sad tale. Many lives were lost that day, I guess.
I just love how, like, before Bob goes on his date, he's like, what really set this off and get me in the right mood? If I ate, like, a pile of butter and sugar with some bananas in it.
Yeah,
something heavy,
That way, in case we don't have anything to talk about, I could just let a fart out, and then we can talk about that.
Yeah, I can just...
Ooh, geez, did you let that one malinger? Wow.
Did you smell that? It smells like sugar and something tropical.
It's like you burp in her face in a booth at a restaurant. You're like, hey, you know what that smells like? Yeah, butter, banana, and sugar.
You know what that smells like? That smells like sex. Let's do it. That smells like love. Marry me. Like I don't know what the plan was there.
Indeed.
Maybe that just loosened up the gears a little, but I don't know. That is a hell of a thing. Dave, please tell us, what does malinger actually mean?
Well, it's funny you mentioned it. I'm glad we ragged on Ryan a whole bunch at the beginning of the show because it means to feign illness or other incapacity in order to avoid duty or work.
Yeah, what a motherfucker. That is Ryan. Ryan Malinger Lewis.
Yep. Yeah.
That asshole doesn't care about us. He doesn't. He cares about only a few people.
Yeah.
His family.
He's just
and not us.
He's just like all day he wants to like make peanut butter sandwiches, cut off the crust, like write names on paper bags and just,
Ryan Lewis is the kind of guy. Ryan Lewis is the kind of guy that eats your lunch at work.
Oh, yeah.
He goes into the work fridge and he picks up your lunch and he doesn't just, this must be mine. Mm-hmm. No, he considers it and looks at it and then eats it because he doesn't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. That's Ryan Lewis. Okay?
Yeah. It's like
we're not even besmirching his name. He besmirches his own name.
It's like he doesn't even want to open up the Ziploc baggie and eat the sandwich that way. Like he just eats the whole baggie. He's like, I don't even want the nourishment from this. He's a monster. I just want to ruin it for you so that you can't have it. Because that's what my delight, my nourishment is depriving you of the good things that you have.
Right. And it's unfortunate that Ryan is as funny as he is because we have to still try and get him on the show every week.
Yeah.
The people want it. The people want Ryan Lewis, but the people don't know what Ryan Lewis actually is. And that's what we're here to tell you today.
They don't know what kind of hell they're inviting upon themselves.
The real Ryan Lewis does not show up on time, and he hangs out with Macklemore.
All right.
So enjoy Ryan Lewis, Macklemore. It's like we don't even care. Yeah. He's going to eat your lunch.
Well, it's also because we don't care.
You're probably kissing his neck right now.
Yeah, that's right. All tenderly.
Whoa. Yeah, that took the whole show to a weird place. Yeah, just that.
I liked it. Bob, I want you to go next. What's your word this week?
Well, I'm glad we had a whole diatribe on what malinger didn't mean from Mike because my word this week is diktat. Dick tot.
Oh God, it's so perfect. It's so perfect.
Actually, it's more pronounced dictot, but
Is that DICKTOT?
No.
Oh, that's what I wrote down.
Okay.
It is DIKTAT.
Oh, dictat.
Dictat. Oh God.
Well, there's a tot at the end. Dictot.
No, I'm pretty sure this is when you get a tattoo of an elephant down in your crotch region, and your dick is the trunk. Is that what a dictat is? Because I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I mean, I feel like that tattoo would be funny to the point, like, in the beginning when you're just like, oh, there's a bird bath. I'm going to stick my dick in the bird bath. And look, the elephant is like drinking from the water. Oh, it's really funny. And like, everybody laughs. But then like you're obligated to do that. Like that's your only move with that tattoo.
Yeah. Oh, it so isn't. It's like, oh, look, the elephant's already had something to drink. Now it's spraying you.
Yeah. Oh, God.
That's the other move.
Hey, Bruce. Do the trick. Do the trick. Oh, God damn it. I should have never gotten this tattoo. Bruce, do the trick. Do the thing with the elephant and the dick.
Yeah.
Do the elephant dick thing.
Dude, Bruce. Bird bath, you got to do it, bro. You got to do it.
Suddenly you got like 5 guys carrying a goddamn bird bath into the house. Bruce, here, let's pour some beer in it.
We're like one guy in the group who's secretly in love with them and just like always carries it around because he wants them to do it all the time. Just so he can see some wiener.
So he's Bruce, hey, bring that trunk out. Huh?
Hey, Bruce, let's show the guys that trick again. And nobody's here but you and me. I know. Just do it.
I know. It'd be awesome.
Please.
You should do it.
I got a webcam. Let's do this. We're going to make some money. Trust me. We'll send it to Pornhub.
I'll just get this on my iPhone. I'll put it on my iPad later.
I mean, and here's the thing. There has to be other things aside from just elephants that you get dick tattoos of. Like, I'm thinking maybe a flamingo is one.
Giraffe.
A giraffe. Yeah, that's a great one. I mean, if you have a giraffe.
Toucan.
What was that?
A toucan. Look at that. Just put some color on that.
I guess. Yeah, a toucan would be really funny, actually, if that's the beak.
Maybe like an anteater.
Yeah,
like an
I like the anteater. I mean, we're all going animals, but maybe you just get like a crane or something, right? It's like, hey, Bruce, we need you to move this boulder.
No, actually, what you should do is you should try and make it. Well, it depends on what your penis looks like, but you should try and make it like the USS Enterprise, because you can have like the disc be like the dick up top, and then the bottom 2 like booster things, the warp drives. They could be like your balls. That'll work.
Now that you say that. The Enterprise, like the ones, what is it, 1701-D, the one from Next Generation.
Wow, you're a nerd, dude.
I was expecting that. It's got that nice round saucer on the top,
Yeah.
And I think that was maybe the most dick-like one, because now that you say this,
penal,
Dave,
if you will, the most penal.
Yes, all of them are inspired by penises. You even look at like the big elongated like engine things or whatever they are.
Very
Those
phallic.
look like dicks too. They're like extra dicks. It's so funny. We never really thought about this, and no one's really ever talked about it. But the Enterprise from every Star Trek looks like a dick.
The future's full of dicks, dude. The future is full of dicks.
Well, I mean, it shows that like the
Tonight
sort of
on Space Wieners.
the sort of like that macho like manliness like kind of carries on. Like it's so stupid, but like we're all about the size of our dicks and stuff. It's like, oh, look at I'm Captain Picard, I've got this big penile looking ship. I'm gonna fucking blast you out of here, Borg. I mean, I think that is our future, honestly, and I think that makes perfect sense if we're like a future that's run by Americans. We're all about that. I don't know how we got here, but yeah.
Geordie LaForeskin? I don't know. Sorry. As soon as you said Picard, I was like, oh my god, that's so funny. What other ones?
Oh no.
If they didn't name that guy Geordie LaForeskin in the porno mocking, or parroting Star Trek, they clearly failed. They totally failed.
Oh God, I now you have me thinking, and I don't think there are any others. They're all, but those alone, it's so good. But yeah, I mean, you could get the Enterprise as a tattoo on your dick too. I mean, that I like that one especially. But I guess that's just what a dick tat is it's getting a tattoo down by your junk, primarily for the purpose of showing it off, being the life of the party, and of course, eventually completely regretting it, because then you have people that are constantly asking you, "Hey, Bruce, show us the Enterprise, beam me up, let's do it." That's my guess. Dave, what do you think dick tot means?
Actually, I think Bob cut off the end of the word. I think it's dick tat toe. It's a version of tic tac toe that is played solely with penises, peni, if you will. That's pretty much it. It's just a more sexier version of tic tac toe. Well, I guess depending on if you define penis as sexy or not, but yeah.
How does one play this? That's what I'm curious about. How do you do this exactly?
Well, I mean, okay, so you have circle and you have X's in in tic tac toe, but in dick tac toe, you have to go with light skin versus dark skin, or you can go foreskin versus no skin, and you basically got to get together, 9 dudes. And
it's
they
like
basically
glory holes or something.
Well, no. I mean, it's just like chalk on concrete, and you have to lay down and put your junk in the square that you want to, because you have 2 people playing, and they're over on the side, and they're in the walkie-talkies, because they're far away. It's a big giant board. I mean, people are pretty tall nowadays, so they're on the walkie-talkies, and they're to send Carl up to top left D1, and then he lays his junk down there, and it's okay, cool, and then the other guy goes. It's it's a very high society game.
Is it?
People who bet on lives and run big corporations and stuff. This is their eyes wide shut.
But they're
party
not playing
game.
with their dicks. They're playing with their underlings.
Yeah,
dicks.
yeah. Because I mean, what could be more empowering than being hey, dudes, strip down naked, and then we're gonna hang in this parking lot where I took a lot of chalk and made this big tic-tac-toe board. I'm going to make you lay your junk on the cold concrete.
Put your dick on the concrete.
Yeah, because, your family belongs to me now. And, I'm a rich oil baron, and this is what I do for fun in my crazy sex parties.
I think it goes without saying that literally this entire show is about dicks.
We got off on a very dick-heavy foot.
Is that when it leans too far to one side? Is that the dick-heavy foot? That's the one where you have to carry the weight?
Sure.
Man, Bob, what does dick tot mean?
Dick tot is a harsh settlement unilaterally imposed. So let's say that the Ally forces beat the Axis forces.
Okay.
Then they would get this decree or order to do this because you lost. That is a dick tot.
So if you won in a war, you could tell the other side to lay their dicks on the concrete.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's a dick tot. I'm pretty sure it is.
I don't know if the UN would go for that. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're a little more progressive.
Yeah.
Could be ladies in charge of the country.
UN zips it up typically. That's their thing. I get that. But I'm saying that could still be a decree, whether it goes through or not.
But you'd be able to be hey, we just totally beat Afghanistan in a war. So now your head general's got to wear a dress and do a dance and then sign this peace treaty, right? Like that kind of situation. Is that what you mean?
This sounds like a bunch of countries, officials playing truth or dare, and it's oh, you got to do this now. Come on, Carl, put your dick in the bird bath.
Afghanistan, do you have truth or dare? Do you have nuclear weapons? Dare.
God.
All right.
All right. Well, I still don't know what that definition means, but thanks for playing, Bob.
If you think about it like this, if you were to dictate something, tell someone to do something, it's a relative word to dictat.
Oh.
Like dictator, dictate.
Okay. All right.
That kind of action.
This was DIKTAT, right?
Yeah, I feel like you're just giving me the Spanish word for dictate right now. This is just a different language, but it's essentially the same thing.
No. The Spanish word for dictate is penis.
Well done.
Well, what's the Spanish word for penis then?
Dictate.
No, I mean, oh shit. Never mind. It's early in the morning. I'm drinking a lot of coffee.
Let's move on. I get last word this week because Ryan sucks. Mm-hmm. My word this week is Gubbins.
Gubbins.
Hello, Gubbins.
Gubbins sounds like the most pleasant little chimney sweep in 18th century London. Like,
Oi, Gubbins.
Oi, Gubbins.
Dave, how do you think this is spelled?
Gubbins.
That is correct. Gubbins.
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 Hello, Gubbins.
Gubbins, how are you today? Oh, me dad died of black lung, but I can't complain. Me has a job. That's Gubbins.
He can't catch me going at it anymore. Bob, what do you think Gubbins means?
Okay, this is when you've left your keys in your other suit, when you totally Gubbinsed it. So, hang on, I've almost got this. You're on your weekend, for example. You've planned a fun outing for yourself. You get all dressed up in this little tight-fitting black number. It's late, so all the lights are out on your favorite nightlife spot to visit, the jewelry store. But you know where the keys are. You feel in your pocket for your set of keys, but they're not there. You left your lockpicks in your other cat burglar suit, so you're forced to throw a brick through a pane glass window just to collect all the shiny things on the other side. And that is a Gubbins.
So you left your lock-picking stuff, and you're a thief. I don't know what's... Dave, what did Bob just say?
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know.
So
maybe if he could go back through it again and say exactly the same thing he said, word for word.
So you did what at the very end? You threw the whole suit out or something? And that's a Gubbins?
Well, no, Gubbins is when you forget where your keys are.
Okay, so that's it. Just hard stop.
Why is it
hard stop.
Keys?
Because keys are in air quotes.
Wait, what are keys? What are they supposed to be then?
Fine, strike that. That's not Gubbins at all. I was lying to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, America.
Damn it, Bob.
Universe
We
that
agreed.
I tried.
If this was going to work, you couldn't lie.
Gubbins. I've got this. Gubbins is the paperwork that you fill out in triplicate at the Department of Motor Vehicles, so you are allowed to be a DWB.
DWB. I have no idea. Dave, what's DWB mean, you think?
Dangerous wet balls?
you stay away.
Driver,
you just got out of the pool.
Driver with Banaka? I don't know. What else could you say?
No, it's so you can drive while blindfolded.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit. Okay,
that's
so
some tricky
force
stuff.
driving. We call that force driving on the West Coast.
What?
Driving with the force, using the force.
Oh, I get it. See, I was thinking it was more like Jesus take the wheel,
Or just like somebody's really aggressive about always driving. It's like, even when it's your car, he's like, no, I'll drive. And you're like, dude, stop force driving. Let me drive my own car.
I get it. That's nice. I like that a lot. And driving while blindfolded is I can't imagine anybody's ever gotten that thing that you're allowed to do that.
Well, I think Bob filled out his Gubbins 1099 form. Did you not?
Oh, in triplicate. Hello.
In triplicate. I like it.
The thing is, you've got to fill it out correctly while blindfolded. I mean, it's tough.
Yeah. So you wind up filling out your name all over the place. Did you fill it out by just writing Bob really big over the top of the whole thing?
Yep.
That's good. Dave, what do you think Gubbins means?
Gubbins, man. That's really tough. I really think it is just the sweetest little boy who's going to die by the age of 12 from cleaning chimneys in London. But no, Gubbins. Well, I'd have to say Gubbins are a variation on the food item muffins. But instead of, having your pleasant bit of cranberry or bran or whatever you got in there, Gubbins is actually made with grubs, like meal grubs. So it's
just like Mom used to make.
Yeah, it's a nice portable snack for when you're going fishing, because you can just reach in there and grab a grub, put it on the hook, and then kind of eat the muffin around it. So you're kind of
so it's not completely made of grubs.
No.
It's like there's a muffin with grubs inside.
Yeah, it's a muffin that's infused with grubs.
Yeah, they writhe around and stuff. You couldn't get them together and just get them to chill. And the grubs aren't totally cooked because they're protected a bit by the batter from the muffin, so they kind of bake in there and they're warm. And that's the thing is when you're fishing in a cold lake or cold ocean, a fish will pick up on a warm grub as opposed to just a room temperature grub. So,
but some fish pick up on the lemon poppy seed muffin.
Oh, that's true.
itself.
Yeah, they like that. Yeah, definitely. The oats. Fish are crazy for oats, man. They love oats.
Fish just love oats. Yeah, they also love Hall.
Yep.
But I think we probably have some listeners that were not on board with masturbation talk and now wish we went back to that. Like, that sounds so disgusting. It's
You just got to eat around the grubs, man. Just got to eat around them.
Grubby muffins, just eat around them.
All new Gubbins. The muffins with a grubby surprise inside. Now in blackberry, licorice, and dirt.
Oh, give me a baker's dozen of dirt. Stat.
I wouldn't try one, but I would love to watch someone try one. Mm-hmm. You know? That's kind of where I am with this right now, as far as Gubbins goes. I also am wondering, though, what do you pair this with? You know, what do you pair a Gubbins with?
A nice white wine or a Zima.
Ugh, nobody pairs anything with a Zima. Get out of here.
They do. Rampant alcoholism.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe some dirt coffee. Like, just put some dirt in your coffee filter and just brew that. Eat it and drink that with a nice piping hot gubbin.
So you have dirty water.
Dirty
water.
Hey, give me one of them dirt gubbins and how about a cup of mud? Yeah, nice thick black mud. Mm-hmm. Actually, the mud.
I feel like we are only 2 steps away from creating a whole new restaurant where it is like the most organic possible. And I know we've talked about the most organic things possible before. That sounds way too familiar.
It's a constant point of discussion amongst us. Yeah.
It really is, because we're always searching for a way to introduce something that is healthier for people, that truly comes from the earth, without it being so elitist and hipstery. And our goal is to not allow anybody to step into a Whole Foods ever again. And in order to do that, we have to give something that is accessible and very transparent and clear that it is totally from the earth. And we do that by introducing the earth itself, right? So maybe then we wind up having pies that are made out of grass and some other, maybe some dandelions. And then you add like berries that you're not sure if it's poisonous or not, Yeah. Like it's just sort of there.
I mean, that's life, man. You got to take risks.
So that's Gubbins. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Let me tell you guys what Gubbins actually means. Gubbins is a British word. So we're definitely, I mean, it has to be, right? You have to say it that way.
Hello, Gubbins.
Yeah.
It is scraps. It's fish pairings or refuse. Broadly, it's any bits and pieces. It can be gadgetry. It's a pile of scrappy sort of stuff, that usually doesn't have much value necessarily, but some seem to think it does. And then there's a third definition, and it is a foolish or futile person or a simpleton. So you can call someone a Gubbins, but for the most part, it is like a pile of scraps. It's leftovers and stuff like that.
Hello, Mike.
That's Gubbins.
Hello, Gubbins.
Also, I think I'm going to move to Las Vegas now because I guess I'm just like psychic. That was so British. Like, it just sounded so British to me. But the place you take your Gubbins, though, is called the tip. You take it down to the tip. Which is the tip is like it's like the donation place or like a recycling or something like that for those crazy Brits.
Oh, I thought you were trying to put it in a tip jar.
I thought you were making a dick joke.
Here you go.
Again.
I got some scraps from making my Gubbins from earlier this morning. Here's a little grub for you. You want another tip? Don't invest in Sears.
A couple of worms for the tip jar. There you go.
So let's get to our scenario. And Dave, it's funny you mentioned that you are a psychic because I think you are a psychic.
Oh, well, thank you.
Here's how it works. Bob and I are going to the psychic, and we each have a problem that we're trying to sort out in our lives. And Dave, you are a psychic, but your crystal ball is broken.
Okay.
So you basically need to like convince us that you're not full of shit. And let's go off of that. Let's try that. Let's go, Gubbins.
Okay.
Ding 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 ding.
Dong 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 dong. I don't know why we're doing that, but
yeah, why are you guys making those sounds? I'm just like sitting here on the street. Do you want like psychic reading? Is that why you stopped?
Yeah.
And then are staring at me with murder eyes?
I don't believe in these things. Okay. So you're going to need to convince me that, okay, first off, is that a crack in your crystal ball? Is that...
Yeah, I mean, it's It's seeing if it's been around. It's not fully operational from an aesthetic standpoint, but I guarantee you it is still potent. You can still reach through the other side and hear about all the crazy ghost talk that you want to know about with your I want to say your dad, your uncle, an uncle, a dad, a brother, uncle, your half uncle, brother.
Ooh, let's give him some money. I need to know answers.
Okay, Bob, you always buy into these things, but okay, fine.
Okay,
let's do this.
Okay, let me.
How many questions can we get answered for? Like, what do you got, Mike? What do you got? How much you got?
$7. I have
$7.
$7.
How many questions for $7?
I'd say 3 questions. 2.8 questions, but I'll throw in the last 0.2 of the question, round it up to 3 for you, since I like the cut of your jib, and this guy's really awesome leather 8-ball jacket.
How did he know that I was wearing a leather 8-ball jacket?
Don't waste your questions on that.
No, I didn't ask that. That wasn't in the question form. Sorry.
Okay. I got one. What am I going to have for lunch?
God damn it, Bob. That was not a good question.
Well, considering that you're standing there and eating a tuna fish sandwich right now, and by the placement of the sun, it is about noon, I'd say tuna fish. You're going to have a tuna fish sandwich on white bread.
Oh my God, how did he know?
On white bread. And
how did he know? How did you know?
Yeah, and let me toss this little zinger there. You're going to eat alone because your friend is going to either not be hungry or not be a fan of the place at which you purchased the tuna sandwich.
Wait a minute.
And he's just going to not eat anything.
I didn't tell anyone I had a Gubbins muffin earlier. How did you know I wasn't hungry?
A little thing I like to call psychiatry, my friend.
Psychiatry? Oh wait, that is actually a word.
Yeah, the dark arts. The dark arts.
Okay.
All right. Question numero B.
Okay.
Shoot.
I think you might be a witch. Ask your question.
Okay. Mr. Cleo, why did my wife leave me?
All right, let me see here. Well, I can't actually answer that one because she's not dead. She's still alive. She moved to Glendale.
How did he know?
She moved to Glendale, apparently. Her new husband,
God
Chuck.
damn it.
Her new husband, Chuck, seems like a real great guy.
She got married again?
Well, no, she's not married, but she is pregnant. So I imagine I'll get married pretty soon because she's Catholic and she can't have a child out of wedlock. So.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. And I can see that's a bummer for you to hear about, but if it makes any difference, he has bigger penis than you. I don't know if that helps or hurts more.
That doesn't help me at all.
Yeah, I just threw that in for my own amusement. I mean, dude, I'm sitting on the sidewalk here. I gotta get him. I gotta get him where I can get him. You know.
She has a thing. I want to make sure that you're legit here because you're bordering on some easy to guess shit.
Yeah, pull out that iPhone 4S and give her a ring.
Oh, but I want to know. Okay, she has a thing for dick tots. Okay.
Okay.
I have one, and mine is from the animal kingdom. Does this Chuck guy have a dick tot as well? And if so, can you tell me what it is?
He does have a dick tot. It is the titular anaconda from the film Anaconda, starring Jennifer Lopez and John Voight.
She loves that movie.
Yeah,
she loves that movie.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
She's getting her own private viewing on the daily. She's
Why
still
did
not
I have
tired
to
of
go
that
with the
film.
Lake Placid one?
I love that movie, and my name's not even Chuck.
You know, it's weird that you chose to go Lake Placid, especially the remake, not even the original. I like Oliver Platt, but he couldn't save that one.
Wow.
So.
Okay, you're dead on about Oliver Platt, so I think this is legit.
Money up and up.
Yeah.
Will you answer one more question?
Sure.
Please look to the other side. Ask them, what time is it?
God damn it, Dave, Bob. You can't do it. You can't do it.
Well, you know, a good psychotic answers every question. And I will go ahead and answer that with, wait, the other side, what time is it? There is no time. It's a state of limbo. It's
how did he know?
Perpetuity. It's a lot of perps and felons and just existing in one single moment infinitely.
I am convinced that is what you think perpetuity means.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's not like I'm sitting here on some like milk carton. I mean, I sprung for the $40 good chair at Walmart. Like, I'm legit, guys. I'm legit. So now I'll take my payment, $7, and I believe half of that sandwich.
How did he know?
And scene?
And scene, I guess. Well done, Dave. You were very convincing.
No, I mean, I got to give it up to Bob there. It didn't even sound like he was eating a sandwich that entire time. So,
yeah, no, he's probably gonna.
How did you know?
He's probably gonna he's probably gonna go make a tuna sandwich and then eat it in front of the microphone to put that in post.
How did you know?
He worked really hard on his perplexed reactions, though.
How did you know?
God damn it! All right, we have to get some escalator pitches in. Dave, please tell me, give us your best escalator pitch you have for Malinger, please.
Malinger's a great word because, we need a quick way to succinctly tell people about our intent to just all the time shirk duty and just like not work as hard as we should because this is America and we don't fucking have to. So in short, America, Malinger in America. It's a great word. It follows the David Hinkle criteria in that it's fun to say, rolls off the tongue, and it's 3 syllables or less.
We need that flow chart. Someone needs to make that flow chart. The Dave Hinkle word criteria.
So Malinger, man, Malinger, because you're worth it. Maybe it's CoverGirl, maybe it's Maybelline, but it's definitely Malinger, and you're worth a Malinger.
Nice. Bob, please tell us about Dick Tot.
That is my name. How did you know?
Richard Tot reporting.
Dick Tot. You've needed a word in your life that you can give to people when you tell them something bad that they have to do right now because you've ordered it. Now they're going to chuckle because you've said, I've got a dick tot for you. And they're going to wait for the rest of the joke, and then you're just going to tell them to sweep the floor. So use this in your daily lives. And when you use this, make sure that you tell HR that it came from Word Rango.
Yeah, because we need to get more people listening. That's really what we need.
We need more like clerical. We need to get into that demo. A lot of people who have time sitting at desks and like judge misconduct, like those kinds of people, I think they would be great for our show.
They would be, because then they'd be like, God, not these guys. We'd never hire them.
Well, we'd set the bar low, like really low for them. They'd be like, all right, well, look, at least you're never going to be as bad as the Word Rango guys, the Rango ears, if you will.
Yep, that's exactly correct. Let me get mine in. Gubbins. Hey, Gubbins. The thing is that it's a fun. It follows the Dave Hinkle criteria. First off, and I think that's important. I like the Dave Hinkle criteria because it's just having it roll off the tongue and be fun to say is super important. But the other thing with Gubbins, though, is that it can be a useful word. If you enjoy speaking in kind of a British dialect and everything.
Hello, Gubbins.
Or you actually live in the UK. You will already know this, and you'll make use of this word because it is especially fun to say in that regard. But it's all about just scrappy stuff, just leftovers. Everybody has it. Everybody has a junk drawer or a junk cabinet or whatever in their homes. And so that in itself, you already have Gubbins. If you decide to cook something on the stove and there's a lot of like leftover fatty stuff, you have Gubbins. If you decide to have a dirt muffin, you have Gubbins. And so it really has enough broad use that I think people could use it outside of that normal dialect, and you'll have fun saying it every single time. You drop a Gubbins, and people will want to talk about it. They'll want to talk to you. It's a great word all the way around. I was so happy when I found it. So that's Gubbins, and we need to get to some votes this week. Dave, since you started things out, you have to pick between Dick Tot and Gubbins.
Man, I gotta go Gubbins all the way. That's a solid ass word, dude. And good on you for having the guts to bring us Gubbins.
Yeah.
I dictate, you pick dictate.
Well, I go next, and I am actually, in fact, picking dictate.
Shit, dude.
By all means, Dave, Malinger is awesome. Like, let's all put this out there. This is a great week for three. Like, these three words are going to be used in the future. We are going to be revisiting these three with much fondness. I can tell.
Yeah.
But you gotta admit, man, dictate, really? How is that not a pick? It's so good. And the idea of getting, the idea of being Bruce at a party with a big elephant tattoo. How do you not go with that? So I gotta go dictate. I gotta give it that one. And Bob, you get the last vote. You got to pick between Malinger and Gubbins.
What can I not vote for?
Dictate.
That's my vote.
God damn it! God damn it! No, you have to pick Malinger or Gubbins. Bad Bob.
Okay, fine. I'll pick dictate.
No. God damn it.
Hello, Gubbins.
Oh shit!
I pick Gubbins.
Yeah.
I pick Gubbins.
There we go. That's right.
Gubbins, the cutest Pokemon. Hello, Gubbins.
Hello, Gubbins. Get me out of this bowl now, Gubbins. Governor? Yeah, and that's it. Gubbins is the winner this week. Congratulations, me. But really, we all win. We all win with a word like Gubbins, and we all win when Ryan isn't on the show, and we all win when we have three awesome words. People are, I feel like we're kicking off the week in such a fashionable way.
Dude,
people are going to go forward after this one and really like it.
This week is going to be great with Gubbins. And can I just add really quickly that I feel like Gubbins is like Britain's answer to Dennis the Menace. Like, Gubbins is a little scamp who's just getting into it with,
He's a little fucker.
Yeah, he's a little
Gubbins.
He's Ryan Lewis is kind of a Gubbins. He's kind of a little shit that shows up when he wants to. And he's always just getting into things, That's Ryan. That's Gubbins.
Yep.
And that's our words this week. And Bob, if people want to get in touch with us and talk to us, maybe even send us pics about their dictats, how do they do that?
Oh, you can email us at wordrango@gmail.com. You can send us your word suggestions. You can send Mike sexy pictures of your dictats, whatever. Hello to our new friends on Facebook.com/WordRango. That's a good place to get free comedy throughout the week. I've been trying to post some fun stuff to cheer you up during the week because I know your job makes you think about suicide.
What?
So,
well, hey, dude, they're suicide hotline operators. They have to think about it. that felt. I guess that fell a little flat. Sorry.
No, I didn't get it at first. No, I get it totally.
So if you're a suicide helpline operator and you want to keep on an even keel, like those pills that your doctor wants you to take, make sure that you add in. Don't stop taking your pills. Make sure you, in addition to those pills, you come over to the Word Rango Facebook page. Okay? So also twitter.com/WordRango. We'd like to thank some of our tweet friends for their support, like Hellmouth138, Common Cormorant. I should have read that before I started reading. And Common Cormorant. The Optimism Club, Sailor Tweet, Kurt Sasso, our friends over at the Burn Pants podcast, Count 3D. And on the count of three, everyone say hi to Jenny. 1, 2, 3.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny. I think. Hi, Jenny, I guess.
That's pretty close. Also, Obo Crazy, Roadblock, and Jack Edithil of the Glib Shark podcast. If you go listen to Glib Shark podcast number 361, someone is on there. Da, da, da!
Bob wouldn't mention if it wasn't him. So
no, actually, it's Ryan. It's Ryan. So he couldn't do our, show this week, but he could do another show. Bastard. No, it is Bob.
So actually, it was me. You can listen to some voiceover secrets revealed, and we even play a little Word Rango. We do.
Whoa. We never agreed to franchising out here, guy.
Yeah.
Where's my taste?
You needed to get that one in writing with my signature. So, yeah.
Listen, as we're all aware, it was just the tip. I also want to thank...
Oh, so you only did first syllables, right?
Yes.
It's just a lot of and yeah.
Yeah, and ant.
Yes, it was just the first syllable of my word. I want to thank Revan Geek, Jules RPG of I Remember It Better podcast. Also, episode 64 of their podcast. You would not believe who was on there.
Bob wouldn't mention if it wasn't him.
I wouldn't. I couldn't give two shits about anybody else. We talked geeky news. Reverend Geek, who I actually knew as Cliff back in my radio days. His name is still Cliff. We talked about our time in radio together. We got lots of juicy details out. So you should go listen to those. Episode 361 of the Glib Shark podcast. Episode 64 of the I Remember It Better podcast. You can get those links on our Facebook page. I know, spoiler alert. So yeah, go do that. And then you should go download every episode of Word Rango on your mom's computer.
Yeah, download them all and then delete them all and then download them all again. That helps us. Yeah. And the best way to do it is going to bit.ly/wordrango. It'll take you to our iTunes page. And while you're there, give us 5 stars. Leave us a review with some words of wisdom. Like, oh my God, you guys talk about dicks way too much. Trust me, we know. But when else are we going to be able to? In our daily lives, when are we going to be able to get all this dick talk out? It just doesn't really happen that often anymore.
Look, every time I look down, it's there staring at me.
Yeah. Well, yours...
What am I supposed to do?
Well, what you're supposed to do is
besides put on pants.
What you're supposed to do is take the googly eyes off of it, Bob. But then, let's say you're like, I'm not an iTunes guy or gal, and I don't have an iOS device or anything. That's okay. If you go to wordrango.com, we have all the episodes that we post on there, and you'll find an RSS feed that you can subscribe using your favorite other thing, that's like an Android device or a Windows phone or whatever. Lord knows why you're using one, but do it, So that's it. That's our show. Thanks, everybody, for listening, and you got yourselves some more words, and you're going to get some more next week. We're going to come back next week with 4 more words and their definitions. This has been Word Rango. Oi, Gubbins!
Gubbins, you lovable scamp. Now, you know what to do with the knife. Wipe off the blood. Cherish it. Never let it soak into the steel. You mustn't feel any pain, Gubbins. These aren't people. These are hobos. They have no soul. They lost them long, long ago. Apparently Gubbins has some creepy mentor now who's educating him in the ways of murder.
Hobos. Gubbins kills the hobos.
Oh, Gubbins.
But it does make him hungry, so it's time for a Gubbins muffin.
Sir, can I have the licorice?